driver. If you don't know, I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach adults and teens. Put your questions in, tell me where you're from, and how many years of experience do you have. Let's talk about, they're in categories. The first category is overcoming anxiety and fear. Why do I freeze up at intersections? This is very common among all drivers, but particularly beginners. A beginner is less than someone with 10 years of experience. So what I need you to do is to remember, come up to the middle of the intersection, yield and check traffic. You have to yield first and check your traffic. Once you do that and it's clear, then you look, check traffic, and then you turn hand over hand into the nearest lane. The nearest lane may be by the double yellow. If you're in a double left turn lane and you're in the first lane, you have to stay in that first lane. If you're in the second lane, you have to stay in that second lane. You're being evaluated on whether or not you yield at traffic and are you safely executing a left-hand turn. So beginners do freeze at intersections, and they are very dangerous for me as a driver's education instructor and you as a beginning driver. Next, driving on highways gives me panic attacks. I do agree. The biggest thing that I see is beginning drivers trying to merge out and they're going too slow. The speed limit is 70, you're at 40. The speed limit is 75, you're at 45 or 50. You want to push that gas pedal to the floor, accelerate up to speed, then you'll be able to merge out. But a lot of beginners are jerking the wheel. They're scared to look over their shoulder. And if you are scared to look over your shoulder, you're going to cut off a car. You're going to cut off a truck. Needless to say, your driving teacher, a road tester, is not going to have confidence in you. So you need to learn how to merge. Also, in a lot of my videos, we drive on service drives. Service drives run parallel to the expressway. This way we can learn how to stop. We can learn how to look over our shoulder and check traffic. We can learn how to judge distance. You need to be able to do 4 things, and we're talking about merging on expressway. You need to be able to get on the ramp. Number 2, you need to be able to judge distance. Number 3, you need to be able to get your speed up. And number 4, you need to be able to execute a blind spot lane change check, such as mirror, turn signal, blind spot, and look over your shoulder. And if you can't execute any of those things, you're going to struggle. Next, I fear crashing while merging. This is normal because you're actually merging out. You're either going to be ahead of cars or behind cars. If you're going to be ahead of them, you got to stay on the gas. If you're going to be behind them, you have to stay on the gas. The biggest thing I see, beginners lift their foot off the gas pedal. We're at about 45, getting ready to get us about 50, and then the speed drops down to 30. Now we're in panic mode. Everyone in the car is panicked. I look at you, you look at me, and we're going 35 in a 70 mile per hour zone. So you have to learn to trust yourself, accelerate up to speed, and I want to highlight your success. Good teachers talk about success. They never talk about negativity. They never compare you to anyone. It's you merging onto the expressway, getting up to speed, and making a good decision. You really need to lean in on your instructor. I'm a very social instructor, as you've seen from a lot of my videos. And if you ask those questions, I'll try to give you examples to help you. Where some instructors are quiet, some instructors talk too much, and some instructors don't give you any advice or support. I try to give you support because I understand you're learning, and it's very difficult to pick up those elements, whether you're 17, 27, 37, 47, 57, 67, 77, or 87. Good instructors are always trying to make you better. And whenever you take the time to listen to my content, I'm always trying to make you better. Next, what can I do if I can't parallel park? Well, we're going to have to go to a downtown area and practice. Downtown New York, downtown